Can you flip this?
Shall we start? Ready?
Yes.
It seems you didn't breakfast today. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't hear once. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very good. Pannagechin Surendreche Kaushike Pad Sansprishi Nirvises Manaskaya Sri Veeraswamine Namaha Sri Veeraswamine Namaha. His Holiness Acharya Pravar, respected Samniji, dear friends, did you enjoy your first class? It seems still you are in your bedroom. Do you feel sleepy? Yeah, thank you. At least you didn't speak loud. Little bit, right? You feel sleepy, but don't sleep in this class. I knew last night you sleep very late. That's why we will keep interesting session. Interactive, right? Interactive. And in this session, especially we'll discuss a healthy lifestyle asceticism. And we will show you with pictures, some pictures, videos, right? Video clips, and interesting things. Very end this session, we will have quiz contest.
So be aware.
Be aware and listen carefully. Okay? And
If
if
you take notes, you have to
if you want to take notes, you can take notes. Okay? If you don't understand, maybe sometimes our pronunciation, if you don't understand, you can ask easily. Feel free. Okay? You can ask. So before start this session, I want to ask you: have you been India?
Yes.
Yes. Have you seen their Jain nuns and monks?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So can you tell me the lifestyle of Jain monks and nuns? What do you know?
Don't have grass.
What do you know about their lifestyle?
Very different from ours.
Sorry?
It's very different from ours. It's different from ours. It's
Okay.
enunciated everything.
Okay. And other things? Gina, right? Tell me. What do you know about Jain monks and nuns? Right? You know Samriji, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen Samriji when in Houston? No? No. First time is okay.
So it involves the renunciation of all worldly possessions and
Great.
Disconnecting
Good.
from worldly ties, like family ties.
Thank you. Okay. Any other things? Do you know about their routines and something? Okay. So today you are going to learn something new, I think so.
Grocery.
Gochari? Very good. Thank you, because you used to bring gochari for Samriji, right? That's why. Very good. Very good. We will discuss, okay? So we will discuss little by little, right? At least you can keep in your mind when you go out, and you can take with you. Okay, we are Jain, or our Jain ascetics, what kind of life our Jain ascetics, okay? So let me start this talk with small story. Once a young man approached the saint with a question. He wanted to know from the saint as who attained a complete sense of well-being and healthy. The saint replied, one who is happy can be truly healthy. Did you understand? What he replied? Who replied? Saint, right? Saint. He replied, one who is happy can be truly healthy. But the young man told the saint, one who is wealthy and enjoy all worldly desires can be truly happy and hence healthy. Did you find some difference? Listening the young man's views, the saint told the young man that if he wanted an answer to his question, he should complete a task which he thought was very difficult to accomplish it. The task was to find a shirt that belongs to happiest person in the city. The task was, what should find? A partner? A shirt. The task was find a shirt which belongs to the happiest person, not wealthy person, okay? Happiest person. But the young man was so confident that he could find many people who are truly happy in their life. So very first, he thought, surely, king would be the happiest of all. Why? Because he has all the wealth he needs and all his men are there to fulfill all his wishes. So he went to the king and asked for one of his shirts. The king told, why only one? I can give you 10 more. The young man said, Your Majesty, you are so kind. I appreciate it. But I can accept the shirt from you only when you assure me you are truly happy. King replied, I am a king and rule the country. And my ministers at my service, and I am always surrounded with my slaves. But I am deeply worried because I am not blessed with an heir to my throne. I have no son who will take care of my throne. Disappointed, the young man then went to the richest man of the city. And he was sure to get a shirt from him. He asked the rich man if he was happy with his life. The rich man replied, Oh man, no, I am not happy with my life because I always worried about my son. He was so naughty. He is addicted to, not like Rishabh, okay? He is addicted to gambling. He always gambles, right? He always, every time, whenever he gets chance, he gambles. I am afraid that one day, definitely, he will empty my treasury. Dejected, the young man left the rich man's mansion and began his search all over the city, asking people about their state of happiness, but he could find none. He returned to the saint empty-handed. Seeing him empty-handed, the saint asked him, have you met the poor farmer who lives outskirts of the city? Why do you not go there and ask if he is happy or not? The young man had doubt, and he told the saint, how can a farmer who is so poor be happy? Finally, the saint convinced the young man to go to the poor farmer, and reluctantly he went to the poor farmer and asked for a shirt from him. The farmer laughed and said to young man that he had no shirt. He had no shirt, but only one dhoti. Dhoti means, do you know dhoti? You know? Very good. So he has no shirt, only one dhoti. How could he give him a shirt? Then the young man then asked the farmer, surely you would be grief-stricken by your poverty. Then the farmer now laughed aloud. Loudly he started to laugh. What? Sadness? And me? It never come to near me. I'm always happy. He shocked. The young man shocked and says, if a king is not our happy, then how could you be? King is the wealthy person, right? And you are a poor person. If king is not our happy, then how can you be? Then the farmer replied, yes, you are saying something, but listen. The king is the ruler of the country, but I am the king of my heart and my mind. Did you understand? The farmer said, I am king of my heart and my mind, and my arms and legs are my slaves, they obey me. And all worldly beings are my family, and contentment is my wealth. And who is my minister? My minister is the self-restraint, which always advises me to be content in all situations. Hence, because of contentment and self-restraint, I am always in the state of happiness and bliss. Now, the young man got the answer to his question. Who is happy? Did you get? Who is happy?
Healthy.
Who is healthy? Who is healthy? Hello? Happy. Very nice. Who is happy is healthy. The person who is content and practices self-restraint is always happy in all situations. This is the chain that leads one to bliss and health. We many times discuss the topic of self-restraint with children like you, right? Today we are discussing. With adults also. In general, we get from them Samiji. Restraint is putting a free bird in cage. What is the restraint? They say restraint is like putting the bird in the cage, or they ask us, Samiji, why should we restrain if we have all facilities and luxuries with us? Isn't it? You may have the same question. Many times we face this question, why we should suppress our desires and wants when we have all the comforts? Is it possible to restrain oneself in this modern and materialistic world? What do you think? I'm asking you people. Hello? Do you feel sleepy? Is it possible to restrain this material world? Is possible? Yes or no? Yes means, it means, yeah, you are ready to go there. You are ready to come with us. No? Not for us. But at least, thank you. You are aware, right? In this modern society, also we can practice self-restraint, self-discipline. Okay? So for that, I would like to say one thing. The effect of time neither devalues the value of restraint, nor do the people practicing restraint. It is true, restaurant was respected in ancient time, but when there was not much materiality, but even today, when people can consume maximum facilities, restaurant holds more significance. Even it would be true to say, today it is more required than earlier time. The life of self-disciplined people is inspiration and guide for us. And their life proves that the restaurant is the base of healthy and satisfied life. Now come to the life of self-disciplined people. There are many householders surrounding us, maybe you know somebody, who live restrained and disciplined life. But complete restraint can be seen in Jain monks and nuns. Do you want to practice complete self-restraint? Hello? Keep quiet, I know. Do you respect self-disciplined life? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to live self-disciplined life or not?
Yes.
Yes. But complete self-restraint, at that time you keep quiet. Right? So I got answer. You are not ready to come with us, right? Doesn't matter. One day you will think which life is good, right? Plus and minus point. Just give plus and minus. Which is good, which is not. Your life is very good, very excellent. But how? At least we should impress those who live this complete self-restrained life. Okay? So I have tried to show their life with pictures so you can understand how simple, restrained and non-violent life they live. Dear friends, first look their dress. They wear only white dress. They have no choice. And if you have any program, then you stand in front of the closet and you have problem. Which dress I should pick up? But for nuns and monks, they have no problem. They always wear white dress and they do not use ornament and makeup to increase their physical beauty. Okay? Their restraint is their real beauty. Jain, one thing just keep in mind, you know maybe, he gave answer. Jain nuns and monks don't keep any kind of possession like money, transportation, bank balance, right? House. But they live very simple life. How? And you can ask me, once we were discussing with the young generation, and I put the question in front of them, tell me which comes first? Spirituality will come first or money will come first? What's your answer? Who said it? You? With consciously you are telling me? Thank you. So I asked which comes first? Only one answer me, right? Spirituality, maybe because of me, you are saying, right? Immediately they replied, without thinking, they said, Samiji, money is first. Without money, we cannot survive. Without money is the backbone, spinal cord of this universe. We are handicapped without money. So money is first, spirituality is not. Right? So they ask us, can we survive without money? And you are saying nuns and monks, they are not supposed to allow to keep any kind of possession, any kind of money, and without money, how they can buy food? Without money, how they can buy water? Without money, how can they travel, right? So big question, there is a question without money, how they can survive, they can live their life. For that, I will give few points, okay? Very first, whenever they walk barefoot. They do not use any transportation service for moving one part of the country to the another part of it. And one more thing, you keep in your mind, whenever they walk, Jain nuns and monks, okay? So whenever they walk with full awareness so that no being get hurt or killed. And when we walk then, we look at the floor or just we are looking surrounding us and we talk on the phone, right? How we walk, right? But Jain nuns and monks, they always walk bare feet, so they don't need money to buy ticket. Did you get my point? So one thing, so walking, right? The second point is food. Second point is food. Jain nuns and monks don't cook, nor they do take food which is prepared for them. They go house to house to seek the alms. Do you know that thing? They go house to house and collect their food. Just to follow. Why? Why they go house to house? They don't cook. Why? What's your name? Sorry? Anjali. Oh, great. Anjali. Why they go to house to house? Why Jain nuns and monks don't cook food themselves? Do you know?
Are they
lazy? Huh? Are they lazy? Are we lazy? Huh?
No, you can't use.
Helper? I know, yes.
They can't prepare the food because they don't have any possessions. They don't stay in one spot, so they travel.
Okay.
And they can't use fire. They can't
They cannot use fire. Why?
because of
Give me one word. Why they don't use fire?
You are very near.
You're very close. You're very close to answer, right? Why they don't cook? Jain nuns and monks, why they don't cook?
Yeah, that's.
Agni, fire. Oh, great. What's your name? What's your name? Puja. Puja is following you. Same thing. She said, fire itself, living beings. That's why they don't cook. But in one word. In one word. Give me answer in one word. Ahimsa. What's your name? Puja, same. So don't afraid, okay? Feel free. Because they follow the vow of non-violence. Because Jain nuns and monks, do you feel sleepy? Because Jain nuns and monks follow the vow of non-violence. Okay? Jain nuns and monks follow the great 5 vows. Do you know which one? 5 vows. Non-violence, truth, celibacy, non-possession. Okay? They don't cook food because they follow vow of ahimsa, non-violence. As per Jainism, there are 3 means of violence. Keep in your mind. To do itself, to get it done by others, to give approval for it. Did you get? Because of that, before taking the alms, they make sure the food is not prepared for them. If it is so, then they just leave the food because the preparation of food for them causes the violence. Did you get my point? And one word keep in your mind, the word used for seeking the alms, she told me, Jinal, already. The word, according to Jainism, Jain terminology, the word used to when seeking the alms. What? Gochari. Gochari, right? Go means cow. Like cow don't eat grass from one place. The same way, nuns and monks are not allowed to take food from one house. They go house to house and collect the food. The very interesting thing is that the monks and nuns take food in wooden bowls, wooden pots. It's known as a. Have you seen wooden pot? No? Patra. Oh, she knows, right? Terminology about patra, right? Patri. Patra wood made by wooden, right? Or they made themselves. Jain and monks, they made themselves. Patra. Have you seen patra? If you want to see, we have patra. Where? No, see what? We have patra, and this is made by wooden, right? And Jain nuns and monks made itself. Do you want to see? You can see how light, and always we carry this with us. If you want to see, you can see later on. Okay?
I want to take your hand and this.
You can take this. You can touch. We have no problem. Okay? Now, moreover, they live a complete self-dependent life. For example, Jain monks and nuns themselves stitch their dress. Okay? They wash their clothes themselves. You may think that we also wash our clothes. Putting in washing machine. Right? But Jain nuns and monks have no washing machine, no sewing machine. You can see that, right? How they just hand swing. Wooden pots being made by hands. Did you get this point? Next, the most important part of their life is plucking of their hairs, which create fear in many people to accept this life. This activity known as a loach. Do you know loach? Loach means plucking hairs. So, the reason behind this, to prepare them to remain stable in all kind of situation. The second reason, to keep themselves away from the attraction of physical beauty. And twice a year, they do loach, plucking their hairs, right? They shave their head, and you know there is beauty. Do you like to hairstyle or not? Looks around you. Everyone have different kind of hairstyle, but Jain nuns and monks don't need. Don't need shampoo, don't need kangi, nothing else. Very simple life. One more thing you know already, Jain monks and nuns are not allowed to eat after sunset. Even they are not supposed to drink a drop of water after sunset to sunrise. This is known as a chovya. Sometimes when samosari, paryushan, do you take tyag at night? Pachkan? Do you do pachkan? Right? But Jain nuns and monks are not supposed to eat and supposed to drink after sunset to sunrise. Okay? Next point. Jain ascetics practice a ritual called pratikraman. Pratikraman twice a day. There are two main reasons behind practicing it. First, to ask for forgiveness to all whom they hurt mentally, verbally and physically, whether knowingly or unknowingly. The second reason, perform it to repent for those sinful activities which have been done by them because of unawareness during the whole day. So that's why they do pratikraman. Do you know pratikraman? Have you done today morning? Go raise your hand. Hello? You have schedule, right? And in your schedule there are morning pratikraman in English and yoga class. Have you attended yoga class? Who attended yoga? Please raise your hand. Who attended yoga class? Look, how many? Oh God, it means you sleep well, right? The important task they perform is the inspection of clothes and other materials which are used by them. This activity is called parilekhana. Pratilekhana? and Parilekhana. It is
Please keep this word in your mind.
keep in your mind. All words keep in your mind. Whatever I used. Pratikraman, Loj, Gochari, and this Parilekhana. Okay?
Speak it.
What is how to pronounce this? Parilena. It is performed to check that no living beings are getting hurt or harmed through their things. Even when they sleep, they sit. First they clean the floor and then they sit with Rajoharan. Do you know? Generals and monks keep Rajoharan. Keep in your mind. Next. Rajoharan. Rajoharan. It is made with wooden thread. Okay? The next, it is used to protect to small insects which come in their path. Now you might be thinking how one can choose to live such difficult life when all facilities are available in this world. How one can decide to renounce all facilities, luxuries and materiality. Many people ask us, Savniji, what made you to choose this path? Do you have any problem at your home? Yeah, somebody forced you? Yeah, some other reason? What made you to choose this path? Dear friends, sometimes we have reasons and sometimes there is no reason. Men take such decisions due to good sanskar of their past life. When they come in contact with monks and nuns, they think that yes, this is the way to live a peaceful and satisfactory life. And I should also walk on this path, and they take such decision. I know there is no surprise if mature people take such decision, but it is surprising for all how small children take such decision. Many, when 8 years old, 10 years old, 9 years old child give up worldly things, okay, and take diksha, then many people put up an objection to this. They think that somebody has forced or given them wrong advice to renounce all worldly things. And with having notion to know the reality, they many times talk with young monks and nuns in solitude, so they can tell everything without any hesitation and fear. But when they get the answer from small ascetics opposite to their imagination, they also get forced to think about their life. But I want to say, the courage and the vigor are not related with age, isn't it? Courage and vigor are not related with age. We have heard, and you might heard, that Rani Lakshmi Bai. Who was Rani Lakshmi Bai? Do you know about her? Who is she? What are you telling? You don't know? Really?
It's difficult for them to know.
It's difficult for them to know. Oh, you are taking support, right? Yeah, I'm alone now. So Rani Lakshmi Bai, first freedom fighter of India against Britishers. Did you get it now? At the age of 12 or 13, she fought with the British army and many times she defeated them. Lord Mahavir, do you know Lord Mahavir? Yes? At the age of 8, bravely defeated the huge demon. Age factor is not obstacles in taking initiation and renouncing worldly relations and desires. Now I would like to give an example. A few days back, Muni Prince Kumar, we have the video of his initiation. In this he is giving his speech and explain why he is getting initiated. Do you want to see?
Yes.
He is 9 years old, right? Boy, next.
Yeah, it is Hindi, but
It is Hindi, but if you understand Hindi, why others title? you understand? Did you understand?
He's walking.
Few times, people after the enjoying and experiencing the facts of life choose this path. They think that nothing is permanent in this world. They experience that real happiness lies in the restrained life. Okay? So sometimes in small age, you find why he become monk. Now you just listen other video.
Mature people.
Huh? She's under the training, okay?
Is it audible? Is it
Audible? It's audible? Not?
Yes.
No, it's not audible? Not?
Just try to be.
Otherwise, let it go. Otherwise, next lot of proteins will come. Yeah. You see, it's very difficult. Okay, I think so we have not already, we have to videos more, but it's no speaker because of that you are not unable to listen, right? It's better we come on the last point. Okay? And we have CD also, DVD, and this DVD shows what is the difference between Samiji and nuns and monks. Because already I explained, Jain nuns, CD, DVD, it's not necessary. You will take exam now. Okay? I will take exam. We have short time. Okay? So we will give, we will play. Okay? Before playing, I want to say you one thing. Maybe you have question. When Jain nuns and monks, they are not supposed to use transportation, then how we can come here? So, we are Samiji. In 1980, Acharya Tulsi propounded this new rank, known as a Saman order. So, we have few exceptions, right? We are not Jain nuns and monks. We are not follow strict rules and regulations like Jain nuns and monks. And we are not flexible like you people to enjoy all worldly desires. Okay? So we are Samiji. We can use transportation. We can come by car, by train, by flight. Okay? We had very good DVD. What is the difference between Samiji and Jain nuns and monks? But it's very difficult to listen, right? It's better we come to last point. We have interesting part. So, okay, Vikas Vidyaji, how much they understand? Just take test.
So now we have a, don't think, like, now
Not test, okay?
contest.
Quiz
And,
contest.
and the theme of this contest is, who am I? So you know regarding that, okay? Who am I? So whatever you have heard, and I hope you all heard very consciously and with presence of mind, so you will get the answer. But my humble request to you, if you know the answer, please raise your hand. You are not allowed to speak sitting on your chair. Okay? So then you can enjoy more. And
Just raise the hands, okay?
yeah, so let's.
If you need any partner to help, then let me tell.
Oh, we got the answer now, so it's easier. Doesn't matter. No, okay.
So read it loudly, all together. Read it out loudly. What is the answer?
Everybody knows this answer, then you can tell it out
Together.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah. I live a simple, restrained, and non-violent life. Who am I? The farmer. Farmer? Please raise your hand. Already we have.
I live a simple, restrained, non-violent life.
Sadhu.
Good. Sadhu and Sadhu.
Sadhu, you didn't raise your hand and just.
No. Answer. So got the answer?
Is it that answer? Sadhus and sadhus means nuns and monks, okay?
Yeah. So next. Okay. I am the one who takes Jain monks house to house for food. Via me, Jain monks fulfill their needs. Who am I?
It is.
Yeah.
Kochi?
Sorry?
Kochi.
Yeah.
Yep, right.
Say with
Bhujan?
confidence.
Same answer? Patra kehvai છે. Gochari. Listen, read it again. Read it again loudly.
Yeah.
Of course, right? Gochari. Through the gochari, we fulfill our requires, right? Food, everything. Like clothes, patra, or pen, pencil, book, notebook, everything through the gochari, right? Gochari is medium. Next.
To follow my rules, Jain monks do not cook, nor do they take the food prepared for them. Who will say?
Alms.
Sorry?
No. Sorry, monks?
The alms.
Alms? No, that's what I'm telling you. To
To
follow.
follow my rules, Jain monks don't cook, nor do they take the food prepared for them. I emphasize the vows also, right? Sorry? Ahimsa, non-violent, right? Ahimsa, non-violence. Did you get?
Next. Many people scared to take diksha because of me. Who am I?
Wait a minute. Raise your hands. Many people scared. Lodge.
Very good.
Very good. Lodge means? Hello? You are scared? You are scared, it looks like, right? Not? Don't scare, okay? Don't scare. If you are ready to take Diksha, okay, we will request to Acharya Sri, they will give some exceptions. Okay? Don't do Lodge, he will say. But something we will think. Are you ready to take Diksha? Jina? Are you ready to take Diksha? Oh. Okay. So Lodge is very hard part, right? To pluck with hands or ears. Next one. Time is over.
Jain monks practice me morning and evening to repent for sinful activities.
How many members raise your hands? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, great! Almost they raise their hands. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? Pratikraman. Very good.
You all had the same answer?
Do you have other answer? Okay.
I am the first freedom fighter of India.
Hello? Who's the first freedom fighter? Jhansi Ki Rani. You know Jhansi Ki Rani, right? He knew before Jhansi Ki Rani.
What was her name? What is her name?
What's her name? What's her name? Rani Lakshmi Bai. Right. Jhansi Ki Rani, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Next.
We didn't tell about it.
Okay. Next.
To accept me, one has to sacrifice worldly desires and to all relations.
Yeah. Diksha. Right.
So do we have time?
One has to sacrifice worldly desires and also relations. Now the time is over. How many questions remaining? Is there many? Okay, fine. So thanks a lot.